Is just over a week left in the legislative session, and an awful lot remains to be done. Still on the table, proposals to tighten gun control measures, including one which would expand background checks to include private gun sales. Right now, though, it is not clear if any of those proposals will pass. A group, Moms Demand Action Minnesota, is expressing outrage at the stalemate. And joining us, the chapter leader of Moms Demand Action Minnesota, Erin Zamoff. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I guess I want to ask you, I know there are moms on the other side of this issue. What do you say to them?
You know, I think across the political spectrum, we all agree. I think gun owners, non-gun owners alike agree that we need to keep guns out of the hands of people with dangerous histories. So I think there's broad agreement on that. As you know, a recent Star Tribune poll came out saying that 9 out of 10 Minnesotans support background checks on all gun sales. So this is something that, you know, we all agree upon, and really the legislature just needs to take action and get it done.
All right. Well, when you talk to legislators or even observers at the Capitol and ask them what the odds are of any of these measures getting through, they'll tell you pretty much zero.
Well, that's disappointing.
You have to be hearing that too.
So we're just going to keep pushing for it regardless. I don't really want to play the odds, and we really can't, because this is such a serious issue. You know, this is Mother's Day, and there are far too many mothers who no longer have their children because of gun violence, and there's far too many children who don't have their mothers. And so this is a very serious issue. It's really an epidemic. We have 96 Americans are killed every day, including 7 children. So this is something that must, you know, have action. And so that's why I don't like to talk about the odds, because I just want them to do it. And there's enough time. You know, we're going to keep pushing for it until the end of session on May 21st. And then they really need to take action.
So you're still hopeful, week from Monday?
Absolutely.
All right, let me say, you have been running a series of ads. I think people have seen them. Let's listen to one of those ads here with the kids.
Great.
I'm a Minnesota high school senior,
and I'm here to speak up about gun violence.
Because enough is enough.
Is enough.
All right, those are 3 Minnesota teens speaking up. What kind of feedback are you getting from young people on this issue? You're a mom of 3 teenagers.
I am. So, you know, the youth really understand that this is a problem. They have grown up with mass shootings, from Columbine to Red Lake to Virginia Tech to Sandy Hook to now Parkland. And they have this fear. And we want to support them, and they really want the adults to get something done. You know, we at Moms Demand Action, we were started by a mom who was horrified after the shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary School. And so we do bring the unique perspective of being moms. We're not just moms, we're dads, we are neighbors, friends who are all support this movement, students, certainly. But we bring the perspective of moms, and that we're tired of hearing about yet another epidemic, another incident of gun violence. We're tired of threats to our schools that I just heard about earlier on the news. And so we want the legislature to take action.
All right. I know you're saying you're still hopeful, even though there's just a week left. If you don't get it, if you don't get what you're asking for, especially the private sale background checks, I know that's one of your priorities, can you really mobilize moms and dads on your side to get out and vote and make a difference in November?
This absolutely is a voting issue, and if our legislature if the politicians can't get done what 90% of the electorate agrees upon, well, then there are going to be consequences. As I say, as a parent, there will be consequences, and those consequences will come in November, I'm confident. And we absolutely will be mobilizing our supporters, our volunteers, but really it's the broader electorate that cares about this issue.
Right. And in terms of your own events, have you seen a difference this time? Because certainly these mass shootings are not new. But have you seen, in terms of the people coming to your group?
We have seen an outpouring of support since the Parkland shootings. You know, as you know, on March 24th, we supported the students who organized the March for Our Lives in St. Paul, where 20,000 Minnesotans showed up despite freezing temperatures. We had our lobby day a little under a month ago. We had 500 people show up to the Capitol. So we have seen huge support, and it's not just in the metro, it's across the state.
Great. Well, Erin Zamoff, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for spending some of your Mother's Day with us.
My pleasure.